really beyond me how nobody can see what is going on. The education system has dumbed down the population so they're nothing more than a herd. Indeed, I expect the intellect of the masses now is less than it was during the Dark Ages. The first Dark Ages, not the Dark Ages we're about to enter. Indeed, the New Age movement was set up by the Jesuits to ensnare idiots like the establishment hippies into this flower power business, which is completely not only destroying the resistance movements and the truth movements, but it's a rather parasitic form of fascism, as they, in their legions, cowardly legions, deny anyone who truly wishes to take on the system psychologically. And it seems to me that the state are trying to genocide the intellectuals, schizophrenics, manics, neurotics, the homeless, and drug addicts, heavy drug addicts. And there seems to be a correlation between schizophrenics, drug addicts, and intellectuals, where they all seem to combine. And indeed, the most intelligent people I know are drug users. Even though I complain about the drugs trade all the time, I am a hypocrite because I do use drugs. And the majority of people that I spend my time with do also. But those altered states of consciousness have to be glimpsed. If anyone is to have any idea of the truth, then the altered states are completely necessary for that passage, and you cannot see the truth without going through the void. I have never met a dumb schizophrenic. Schizophrenia is a intelligent man's illness. There's a guy in Khan who claims to be schizophrenic, but I know he isn't because he's fucking really, really stupid. And it really pisses me off that he goes around saying that he is schizophrenic, because it's really irritating. Firstly, he has no idea what it's like. He's too stupid. And he doesn't know what the cross chatter is. Why would you want that? Why would you want to be schizophrenic? I don't understand. Indeed, I do believe it's a form of shamanism that is returning in a cosmic fashion. We're gradually beginning to be awakened by cosmic intelligence and the return of shamanism to fight the Romanoid priestcraft system. The bureaucracy of which is limitless, seemingly. Did psychiatrists, therapists, counselors, Anglican priests, Catholic priests, Jesuits, slaves everywhere. Don't even know what we're living in. This is a dystopia of all dystopias. Cameras everywhere. Establishment hippies stopping freedom of speech. It's quite interesting how the state managed to create its own countercultural movement. It managed to create a rebellion which they can control. And all these idiots in Khan that think they're geniuses after taking acid have all fallen for the Jesuits' tricks. And they're too busy romanticizing themselves and their egos to notice the truth. And to see the truth right in front of them, and indeed, they persecute the truth. Indeed, why gang up on the mentally unhinged? That's not very peace and love, is it? That's pure hypocrisy. Then they go on their Facebooks and write, Happy World Mental Health Awareness Day. while being completely content to surround a schizophrenic and throw rocks at his head. But then one time when the police got involved, they tried to push the blame on me, and I was the one who got in trouble with the police, even though I was being attacked by 20 people. 20 sad little vultures in Calm. But those days are done. I'm not taking any more shit from lesser intellects. It's time to build. We still live in the fiefdoms. We're still serfs. We're still chattel. We're shackled from birth. And we cannot rise out of the pit. The caste system in the United Kingdom is so ingrained. And it is the continuation of the Holy Roman Empire. The suppression of the Jesuits in 1773 seems to have been a fake so that Britain would take them in. Suddenly 20,000 Jesuits turn up in the United Kingdom, and gradually, with their alliances with the Howard, Cecil, Burke, and Shelburne families, were able to take over the country, while distracting the population with the Napoleonic Wars. Gradually, the Jesuit reductions were phased in Britain, and indeed we still live in the reductions now. This is the Wiltshire reduction, and the reductions can take any shape. It could be capitalism, corporatism, or communism, but it's still a reduction. And all of the finances are being funneled into the coffers of the Jesuits and their allies, the Massimos, the Medicis, the Colonnas, and the Pallavicinis. Those bloodlines that control this earth. Rothschild and Rockefeller are babies compared to them. But that's a distraction. Everybody heads in that direction. Indeed, everyone is ensnared. If you go left, you're ensnared by the New Age. If you go right, you're ensnared by Alex Jones. They've got a complete monopoly on the truth movement. And all of the forums are full of CIA, MI6. It's all completely controlled. Your thoughts are controlled. And if your thoughts are controlled, your speech is controlled. You are controlled. You're just a cog in the fucking mechanism. You're just a wheel of the machine. In the belly of the beast. And you can't see out of it. Because you can't see in it. Because you can't see yourselves. So you're believing you're all using acid for self-realization and enlightenment, but I'm just seeing you all getting more and more stupid, so I don't think it's really working. You've got to have the intellect there already to be able to progress your brain in that sense. And indeed, some people are simply chosen. Some of us are chosen. And some of the wannabe holy men simply aren't chosen, and they're not one of us. And they're not part of us who are being genocided. We're the ones being persecuted. They want us gone. So they dope us up as much as they possibly can to make us able to conform in society as much as is possible. But we refuse. I'm doped up at the moment with drugs from psychiatrists, the quacks. But luckily, I'm at the point of consciousness where it's not destroying my thought trails. And indeed, I'm merely taking them to calm my nerves. As the cross-chatter can become a bit too much without them. And at the moment, I'd rather things stay peaceful. I don't want to cause too much attention to myself running around like a demented headless chicken or something, like I was before. But we will fight Rome, psychologically. I think the first target should be the establishment hippies. We should take them on psychologically. If we were to stop their freedom of speech, we'd become as bad as them, but we should expose them for what they really are. Frog-pondian hypocrites. None of them are good people. It's easy to say you're a Buddhist these days. Too easy. Too easy to say you're a socialist. Too easy to be a vegan. And think that you're on a level above everyone else. And you're not. You guys don't have a clue. I remember all the snide remarks you used to make to me. No one will ever listen to you because you took drugs. At least I'm not preaching the fucking party line. Same fucking new age happy clappy crap that comes out of these idiots. Time moves on. Rome becomes more and more invasive into our personal lives. And even the rebellion is controlled. As I said, if you go right, there's something. If you go left, there's something. If you go center, there's something. How can you see past it? You have to work it out. You have to take the wrong rabbit hole from time to time. I dipped into certain rabbit holes which weren't quite right, but they eventually led me to the truth. So yeah, Greg Szymanski is a good one to start with. Because it is the Jesuits. The Jesuits do control the earth. The protocols are the Jesuits' guidebook. The Okhrana made it out as if it was a Pharisaic guidebook, but it's more Jesuitical. And indeed every single protocol has been implemented in the modern Rome that we dwell in now. And our psyches are bound unto Rome. You have to work yourself out and work out the world around you. People watch. Carry out social experiments. There are a lot of things you could do. I mean, my form of rebellion is to let my head go tangled, dress like a Victorian beggar, think and talk like a scholar. Nobody else is doing that. I don't need your dreadlocks or your flowery trousers or your hippie mantras or your happy clappy crap. So I could see past that. Shit I read is far more complex than the shit you read. I'm like a ghost or sometimes. There's a certain ethereal quality to my darkness. And there is beauty in darkness. You stare at the world with eyes to the society that has victimized people like me. It's just the amount of stigma surrounding everything that I am, the amount of taboo that surrounds everything I represent. But I won't let you break me. As difficult as it is sometimes. It is kind of tempting to run out onto the streets with a banner saying the end is nigh, the end is nigh. But I don't think I want to draw that attention to myself right now. We've done it before, I guess, but for now I'm coming up with a complex story. Might try my hand at some fiction. How long do you reckon it'll be before scientists create a drug that will completely control everybody and every action that everybody does? All day they'll be put on this drug. Some mind-warping substance that will make everybody be completely happy in slavery. Like the Guarani Indians on coca leaf and the Paraguayan reductions. Indeed, it seems everybody's pretty happy to be slaves all week, as long as they can get weed, cocaine, and sex on the weekends. That lifestyle doesn't really appeal to me. I'd rather stay in the shadows. And here in the shadows, I will remain.